is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of our weekly podcast. We are batting practice. We got a great one for you today. It is the superest of all Super Bowl Sundays today. We'll be talking about it later. Don't you worry. Before we get too far into it, of course, how is your Sunday afternoon going? Pre-Super Bowl Sunday afternoon.
Well, Josh, I don't know if we can say Super Bowl. It's the big game.
Ooh, is that
Uh,
copyrighted?
I don't know.
That's a good
I don't
question.
understand it, but I know that brands aren't allowed to say it. And the same thing, like Sorare is the same way. When they in their update, they said there's a European Championship in Munich this year, and there
Really?
is a America's tournament taking place. I forget where the Copa America is this year, but yeah, it's like very cryptic. But yeah, but like everyone calls the Super Bowl the big game here, because I think they're not allowed to say Super Bowl, which is so dumb from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah.
Like you want people, I mean, the thing is it's so big that everyone knows what you're talking about, but why would you not want more people talking about it? Like it's so weird. I got to do some digging, guys.
Do it because I believe it was Drake and J. Cole who are very famously in their song said as big as the Super Bowl. So
Ooh.
so maybe he bought the rights because it's Drake. But
Mm. I mean, I've put it in a few of our YouTube short titles, and not like those are making any money. Maybe. So once we start making a living off of the podcast, then we'll have to change our vocabulary.
we'll be more conscious of all the things that we're
Yeah.
saying.
hmm
That's
We'll have
funny.
to we'll have a circle E or a square E for the explicit, but we'll also have to have another checkbox like, did we say anything trademarked?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
will say,
it's trademarked. That's why.
It
wow,
is, yeah.
okay.
How
So,
about that?
okay, well, I'm gonna make some adjustments here. This is a little bit of a spoiler, but I won't spoil too much. I always get confused whether Super Bowl is one word or two words. So I typed it out for something that might be coming up later. And I originally had it as one word, and then I looked it up and it's two. And I was
hmm
like, okay, that makes sense. But I might have to go switch it to the big game. So
No.
we don't need
Ooh.
we don't need Roger Goodell coming after our podcast.
That'd be kind of fun.
I
Yeah.
think that's how we
Any
know we made
exposure
it.
is good
Yes,
exposure,
yeah, I
right?
was just gonna say the same thing. Exactly. So
Exactly. Yep.
maybe we do.
Except for indecent exposure. Don't do that.
Oh,
That's a
God.
felony.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, geez.
That's
Um,
hilarious.
well, let's get into it. How was your guys' weekends? I have a new drink. So are
Ooh,
you guys fans of Arnold Palmer's
yes.
Yeah, I
lemonade
drink
iced
them.
tea?
Yes.
All right, we got Spindrift. It's like the sparkling water, but it's made with real fruit juice and stuff instead of
Mm-hmm.
just aromas and flavors. And it's iced tea lemonade. It's an all Arnold Palmer sparkling water, and it's
Oh,
fantastic. And there's no sugar
okay.
in it or anything. Look, there's 5 calories.
Wow.
Oh.
That sounds delicious.
It's fantastic. It's made.
I've had I've
I'll
had
read you the ingredients.
some of the other spindrifts that are pretty good,
In
so
fact, I'll
I'm
show
sure
you the
that's really good.
ingredients.
Water.
Tea, lemon juice, water with
Wow.
carbonation.
Can't beat it.
So, would highly recommend. They have a million flavors, but I'd never tried this one, and I would definitely recommend it.
I like it.
Oh. I actually didn't know that Arnold Palmer's didn't have alcohol in them. I thought they were all
Oh
alcoholic.
yeah. Oh wait, what?
For the
Those are called
longest
John
time.
Daly's when you put alcohol in them,
Oh,
right?
I don't know. I guess I've never had one without alcohol in it. I
Wow.
don't really like iced tea. I like
That's
actually I don't
fair.
really like iced tea or lemonade.
That's
Um,
fair.
but I like
But when you
booze.
put
So
alcohol in them,
That makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
That says a lot about you considering you've never had this said drink without alcohol in it. I mean, it's like, what is that? What does that say?
But I think I've had maybe like less than five Arnold Palmers in my entire life.
that's fair.
Fair
If I'm out
enough.
on the course, I'd rather just drink like a Miller Lite. That's the kind of golfer I am.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
fair.
I've probably had a few more than you, but I don't think it's that much more. I've probably had like 20, 25.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's respectable.
That's less than one per year I've been alive.
It's true.
It's
It's
like,
true.
yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. It's a special occasion.
Right.
That's funny. I like that.
So boys, did you know that we are 4 days away from the Brewers pitchers and catchers heading down to Arizona and starting up spring training? Did you guys know that?
Woo!
4 more days.
Yes.
Whoa.
The 15th.
Whoa.
Let's
That's
go.
Wednesday? Thursday? It's this
Thursday, I think.
Thursday. Yeah.
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 Yep.
Let's go. Baseball's
So
Amazing.
back.
baseball is back. Are you feeling it? So I should say, first and foremost, the Dodgers have already reported. They reported on the
Of
9th. Did
course.
you know that?
Of
I've already
course.
seen
Nope.
highlights on Twitter. I'm seeing Glasnow highlights. I'm seeing Otani highlights, and it's like, what the hell? The Dodgers? But they're back. Baseball's back. Are you guys getting a little bit of the itch, or maybe like a so rare itch at least, for the MLB season to come back?
100 million%. I think this is the part of Sorare NBA where I get like the most bored. And so yeah, so I'm just like I was looking at my baseball gallery today and just thinking about how in like a month, maybe like 2 months, all of those cards are going to have utility again.
Mhm.
Absolutely, that's going to be fire. I think in that DL Hall interview, he said he's going to head down early, so he might even
He might be there.
he should be there by now actually.
Hmm.
Get in the
So
lab.
who knows? A lot of people might be there. I always recommend it's a good follow if you from a solar or just real life perspective, following different athletes to get like the ins and outs of
Yeah.
like their team. It's crazy how much people share on
Right.
social media. Uh, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's super. I mean, this is honestly like, yes, the baseball season gets long and you get into those dog days of summer, but this is honestly some of the most exciting parts of the MLB season. The spring training, pitchers and catchers reporting, watching some of these spring training games when they're down in Arizona and Florida and it's sunny and you're up here and it's like 25 degrees. I love it. Gets me super excited for the season. It's a great time of year for baseball. So this is it's great. We're getting close.
We're getting close.
Oh yeah. So my question then for you guys is there anything that like you're not excited about? Are there any rules that you're like, dang it, I wish they would have
Hmm.
changed that up again in the off season? Anything that you're disappointed in terms of a so rare perspective for baseball? Because there's still a month and a half. It's still a decent amount of days. I want to say it's like 50 something. Or no. I think it was like 47 the last time I checked. So,
Hmm.
and it's about a month and a half. So I don't know. We've talked about so rare enough, I feel like, to where what can you do in the off season as a baseball fantasy platform? Um, so we don't need to really go into the so rare perspective, but I will say something that angered me. I shouldn't say angered, that's a little bit far, but
Mitch
something that
Moss.
kind of surprised me is the the Dodgers reporting a week earlier than everybody else. I didn't know that was a thing.
Mm-mm.
And I didn't even know that a team had already reported until I started seeing those highlights pop up on social media. I was like, how come it has to be the Dodgers? I don't know why, but it like struck a vein in me. And it was like, of course, it has to be the Dodgers, like going out there early, showing off their billions of dollars of talent. And it's just the pitchers and catchers. I don't know. So is there anything
Yeah.
you guys aren't excited about? Because otherwise, I'm full in. It's baseball season. It's gonna be Sorare MLB season. It's about to be minor league baseball season too, which is also exciting. So I don't know. Just trades. If
I
not,
mean,
it's
well,
okay.
and I think like the rule, like going into, I was thinking about this time last year, we were really, and this was the biggest probably topic going into the season, all of the rule changes that were getting instituted for the previous season. And I was actually curious if they're going to make additional changes. Obviously, with the addition of the pitch clock and the permanent DH, I'm trying to remember all of the ones, but there are some pretty big ones. But I don't know if you guys know this. There are some additional rules that they're instituting to try to speed up the game. Mound visits, you had 5, now you only have 4. So Craig Counsell, sorry, bud, might not be able to go out and visit your pitcher. Another interesting one, if you decide to warm up a pitcher, they have to go into the game. So you cannot
Interesting.
just
In the
like
bullpen?
in the bullpen. Any pitcher in the bullpen set to
Wow.
warm up must face at least one batter. So that was a
Wow.
very big like Craig Counsell strategy where he would send sometimes 2 relievers out there, depending on what the matchup was going to face. And I think you could just put the guy back down and not have him actually come into the game. Now they're trying to say, hey, if you're warming up somebody, you got to send that guy out there. Which is really interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think of that?
That is interesting.
That's
I'm trying to think
strange.
of how that speeds up the game though, because
Yeah.
you're bringing in a pitcher regardless. So if you're warming up one guy and then bringing another, and the other guy goes and sits down, I guess that doesn't really speed it up.
Are you
Um,
sure it's not like you bring him in and he warms up? You can't take him out like as a pinch hitter when they sub in a pinch hitter who's a lefty versus a righty, like warming
They
up on
have
the
to
field.
face a batter.
I think it's 3, isn't it?
So they have to face one batter in addition to the requirements under the 3 batter minimum rule. Um,
Hmm.
so
I'm
yeah,
trying to think
I'm
I'm
of a
not a
confused.
situation.
I'm really
Yeah,
confused.
I'm trying to think of
yeah.
a situation where that applies.
So
Right.
I think so
Huh.
apparently in the 2023 season, there were 24 instances where a pitcher was warming up between innings and then they got replaced before throwing a pitch. And they argue that this added 3 minutes to the total game time each time it occurs. Because I think
Oh, okay. I think I
if you
got
have
it.
somebody that's warming up and you're like, actually, scratch that, we're not putting him in. Billy, you're up. Billy probably is going to start warming up after the previous guy. You have to wait for Billy to get warm, and that's going to add time to the total game. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, but like
More
now,
strategy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess it's like what define like what warming up means. Is it if you're doing lunges, or if you're like on the
No way.
what is
Yeah.
going to be like doing arm circles? Is that warming up? Like how do you define that?
I think you have to be like on the mound throwing a pitch to
Yeah.
consider. Like if you head out to the mound, that's like warming up. Like you can't send a guy out there. The other team sends in a pinch hitter, and you're like, well, this guy's already seen the minimum 3 from last inning, but I don't want him to see this pinch hitter, so I'm gonna pull him. But he's already out there. I think you'd have to see the first batter.
It makes
Right.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
It's going
more
to be more
sense.
strategy.
Yeah,
It's going to
Yeah.
be more
interesting.
strategy.
Interesting. I would be
It doesn't
curious.
anger me though
No.
necessarily. Yeah.
Okay, like you
Which
said,
is fine. I'm not trying to get mad.
there was 24 instances of this last year. How many instances was there of coaches running out of mound visits?
Oh,
Because
let's
I'd be
see.
curious
That's a
why they
good
dropped it
question.
down to 4.
So
Maybe they
the
didn't.
apparently
Maybe
in
they do.
2023 clubs averaged only 2.3.
So they're just
uh
like, we don't need the extra
but
fifth one.
but the survey says that it's the
Services.
fans least or most disliked part about baseball, and I kind of concur with that. I think mound
Yeah.
visits are boring. It's
Yeah.
boring.
Interesting. All
And
right, fair
they
enough.
cover up their hands so you can't even see what they're saying on the TV.
Okay, okay. I have a proposition for you. If you were required to wear a microphone and you could hear what they were saying, would you accept more mound visits?
Absolutely.
I think that'd
I
be
feel like that would be
incredible.
bad for baseball.
It would be terrible, but also amazing
Yeah,
at the same time.
that would be pretty sweet. I like it. Oh, and then another fun one. So with coaches, they're not gonna be able to visit the mound as much. However, defensive players can signal for a mound visit without actually visiting the mound. This will not count towards your total mound visits, but will allow you to discuss strategy and not buy time between the pitches. This sounds like so rare. It's funny. This is from MLB's website.
This
sounds
is
very so rare-esque. Like just very vague, very like abstract. Like does so rare and MLB have the same writing team? Like
they share ghostwriters.
you
it's
mean
probably someone from
they share ChatGPT programming.
Oh, true. That is true.
I
That's
didn't
funny.
even say the ones that confused me. We have a whole paragraph on circumvention.
We can do a whole
Oh
we can do a whole
God.
podcast on these rule changes that apparently no one knew that were happening.
Oh my
I
God.
think the clock stuff is going to be more like how in soccer they're really trying to emphasize the stoppage time and get that actually right with how much time players are wasting. I think they're going to try to be more like as soon as it's a dead ball, like get that clock going and speeding up the game.
Mhm.
So that way it's not like, okay, wait 5 minutes, press the countdown, and then teams already wasted time doing that.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Um, did you know? Guess which month of the season had the shortest average game duration?
April.
Sure. I believe
April's
it.
correct at
I was gonna say, I
two
believe it.
hours and 37 seconds. And it's actually insane. It's a literal
37 seconds?
2 hours and 37 minutes.
Oh,
37
I was
minutes.
like,
I
dang,
wish they
almost
would
hit
track it to
one.
the second.
Well, they
Maybe.
probably can, but I thought you
Yeah.
meant like it was almost
No,
under 2 hours.
Oh wow,
no, no,
yeah.
no. About 2.5 hours. But by September rolled around, the game was almost 2 hours and 44 minutes. So
Wow.
it's like on average, every month, the game gets about a minute longer.
Okay.
Go all the way from September to August, or,
I
or,
guess
or April to
it
September.
makes
Yeah,
sense. Yeah.
makes sense.
You get closer to the playoffs, you gotta strategize a little bit more.
But why not just go all out in April? Come on, boys. Like, just let's pedal the metal. Like,
Right.
It's a long season.
that's stupid. People.
Pace.
Yeah,
Pace yourselves.
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
True that, man.
That's
True.
funny. Well, I'll tell you one thing that I'm not excited for. And we've talked about this already, but I am not excited to see Craig Counsell in a Cubs uniform.
Nah.
We've seen
No.
we've seen the Photoshop, we've seen the AI, whatever, but actually seeing him like in the dugout in a Cubs uniform is just gonna make me sick. So that's one thing that I'm definitely not looking forward to.
Just beat them.
We're not gonna beat them. Well, I will say the Cubs have not done anything this
Just beat
offseason,
'em.
so
So, Josh,
They'll sign. I guarantee you they'll sign Bellinger. I'll put money on it.
they're waiting a long time. They're gonna overpay for him too.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be funny, but I'd put money. Like, where else would he go?
I don't know.
Diamondbacks? That'd be
The
sick.
the
Yankees.
Brewers, the Brewers,
That would be
Ah.
hilarious.
That would be funny.
Belly
Andrew,
and Yelly. Come
what,
on,
what
it
were you
would
gonna
sell.
say?
I know. It's the
Oh, that's
dream
true.
team. It's like
That's
the
true.
2017 dream team.
So obviously, like we're not professional coaches or baseball players. So we talk with a degree of emotion. If I gave you $1 million a year to wear a Cubs uniform every single day, like that's what you wore, would you do it? Like as a fan, because
Yeah.
like Craig grew up in Milwaukee. Like
Mm.
would you put on that C? Would you look yourself in the mirror, put on that uniform for $1 million a year?
Could I like grind out 3 years, invest in a Roth and something like that, and then like retire after 3 years, or do it isn't like a commitment for life?
So let's just say, so it's not a commitment for life. You take off the uniform, the money stops flowing. However, I should also add that your life will be documented while you're wearing that. So even if you're not wearing it anymore, there will be videos and photos of you wearing that
That's
will
true.
continue to circulate your life after you take it off.
I feel like I could have the mental capacity for a mill to grind it out for at least a year.
Yeah.
Oh, and you have to live in Wisconsin. You have to live in Wisconsin too.
Honestly, I'd probably fit in more in Wisconsin with the Cubs jersey. At least I'd move to like either Kenosha.
That's true.
I'd take my mill. I'd spend $300 a month in an apartment in Kenosha because that's probably what they cost down there.
Oh, roasted.
Whoa. Coming out of Kenosha, man.
I
I'm gonna find you an
don't.
apartment for
I'm
Kenosha for
struggling.
$300.
I'm struggling to say yes to this question.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I think I would struggle too because like you have to just like look yourself in the mirror and
Right.
like and say like I'm wearing this. Like you have to show up to family functions wearing it. You have to look your mom in her eyes and just wear that. Like
Well, I would say this. One of the things I would want to spend $1 million on is tickets to the Brewers game. But then I'd be wearing a
right.
Cubs jersey, so there's no point in
Uh,
even going.
Think about that. There we go.
That'd be tough. That would be tough. I'm struggling to say yes.
that's
A
funny.
million dollars is a lot of money though, but
That's funny. All right.
hypotheticals.
Well, I feel like even though baseball's coming up, we've definitely talked about it enough for now because we got to move on a little bit. And real quick, we've talked about Sorare a bit. So let's talk about Sorare NBA for a half second. And we can do our player of the week, which I'll do in a sec. But we did get a court report. And we got an announcement that we are getting special things for the NBA All-Star Weekend. I'll say it's pretty much the exact same stuff, what they've done in before, cash prizes, NBA gift cards, nothing crazy new, signed merchandise, stuff like that. So I don't think we have to go too much in depth about the update. I will say though, and this is just me personally, I think these all-star cards, which they came out with, are sick. I think these are one of the best designs that they've done across all So Rare sports. So that's just me. I don't know if you guys have even seen them yet, but
I've seen a few on auction. They do
Yeah.
look sick.
they look very smooth. And I was
they do
thinking
look
about
good.
because I'm trying to complete my Bucks collection. I'm almost there. I just need Dame and Giannis. And I have Giannis from last year, so that shouldn't be too hard to acquire Giannis from this year. But might have to put in a few extra bucks. But that
No
Dame
pun
card, I was
intended.
looking at that Dame All-Star card, but it was already it was going for more than the So Rare Buy It Now price. And you know when a card is
Oh.
going for more than that, it's like, all right, maybe I shouldn't be purchasing it. But they do look really cool.
Could you
So
trade with Sorare to get one?
that's true. I've never sent them an offer before.
Oh. Can you actually send offers to the buy it now?
Probably
No.
Okay, I was gonna say that'd be
No.
kind of
No.
goofy.
instant reject.
That would be
Yeah,
really
auto
funny
reject. That would be
if
funny.
it worked that way. No, I agree. The new designs are great. At the same time, like, I should say I think it's awesome that they are doing stuff for the All-Star game. I really hope this year for baseball they have All-Star game celebrations with that since it is such an important moment in the season. But yeah, I also wish too that they focus more on the actual gameplay than their like card designs. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I also need to. Jacob, you're right. Like those designs are amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, they are pretty sweet, I will say.
Yep. So only for your All-Star players. It's not for everyone during All-Star weekend, just for the players who made the All-Star game. But yeah, either way, shout out to the design team. They did great. But
Do you know if we win some of the competitions, will we receive those edition cards as
yeah,
rewards?
hmm
Oh, okay.
they will be
Okay.
available in rewards too.
That's
Yep.
awesome. I thought you could only buy them, not win
It's
them.
yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
Sweet.
That's a dub.
Yeah, that's awesome.
all right.
Very cool.
Hi, dog. My dog's doing something kind of weird over there. I just looked over and I was like, what the heck? All right. So, anyways, enough So Rare. Not yet, though. We got to do the player of the week. This is number 6. So Rare
Let's
player
go.
of the week, number 6
Whoa.
already. Yeah. And shout
There we
out
go.
to last week. Shout out to Bryce McGowan's last week.
Dude,
because
he's on fire.
he stayed on fire. The Hornets are still not good, but that's okay. Um, his YouTube short hit that question mark, got 300 views. So shout out to
Sheesh.
Bryce McGowan's.
Let's
So
go.
he didn't win it
Let's
again.
go.
He didn't win it again. That's okay. We're trying to spread the love. But without further ado, your Sorare player of the week, number 6, for the New Orleans Pelicans, none other than Trey Murphy III.
Let's
And
go.
yeah, oh yeah. He put up a score of 44 with an average of 21. So not as crazy of a ratio of points scored to projected as we've seen in the past. But Trey Murphy was injured for most of last year. I want to say he broke his leg. Like it was something pretty bad. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he was out for most of last year and almost the first half of this year. So his average kind of dropped lower. He wasn't playing. He was a spearhead of my training lineups. So shout out to him. But he came back and he put up a solid 44 points with an average of 21 against the Trailblazers. Put up 24 points total, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, a steal, 0 turnovers. Love to see it. And he hit 5 3-pointers for additional 5 points. And what's cool about this too, we've seen it in the past where a player's played in overtime or someone was hurt and that's why their scores were boosted. But this was just a straight up, the Pelicans scored 93 points. The
It's
game was
bad.
93 to 84.
84,
a
yeah.
very
This is
Whoa,
low
really
oh my
low
scoring game.
God.
scoring.
Yeah. And Trey Murphy still managed to put up a fantasy score of 44 and a real score of 24 points. So he scored more than a fourth of the points for that team. So shout out to Trey Murphy III, New Orleans Pelicans, your Sorare player of the week, number 6, baby.
Let's go. Woo.
Let's
Jacob,
go.
you were
Yes.
making fun of the Hornets with you have every right to because they are extremely bad. But they did go out and beat the Grizzlies the other night, which I thought was kind of funny.
That was fun.
But I know you asked
Seth
right at the
Curry, he's
beginning.
back in North Carolina.
I know. It's pretty
Seth.
crazy. I know. You asked earlier about our weekend and we never went into it, but I did go to the Bucks game on Friday night where they
Bro.
played the
They
Hornets.
played the Hornets. Yeah.
And the Hornets put up 84 and lost by solid 40 points. We got to see some
46
Thanasis highlights, some
Oh,
Ajax
man.
highlights. They emptied the bench. Washington Jr. was out there putting up shots. It was pretty
Let's
it was pretty
go.
fun. It was pretty fun. So I guess that's the benefit of playing the Hornets.
How many turnovers did Thanasis have? Did you know he leads the NBA in that stat category?
I was telling somebody this the other day
did.
that there's like a 7-minute long compilation of all of his like goofy things he does while he's playing. And it's 7 minutes, which says a lot considering he plays very infrequently. And the fact that it's that long is pretty comical. But he's been doing some crazy stuff. Like he's been putting on some moves that are actually kind of sick. So that makes
Shame
up
guy.
for yeah, exactly.
Like hard,
And he did it
Harlem
really well
Globetrotters?
too. Yeah, he does. He does some goofy stuff, but
I like
he's
it.
definitely entertaining. I'll give him that factor.
Should start every game. He should when you start for any other team but the Bucks. He doesn't even start for the Bucks.
It was pretty cool too because it was Patrick Beverley's first game in Milwaukee. But Patrick
wow.
Beverley and Damian Lillard have history and they do not like each other. There's some pretty funny videos of them like yelling at each other and fighting a little bit. But I'm
Love
happy
it.
to report I witnessed the high five and Patrick Beverley helping Dame up off the floor. So I think the beef is squashed, which is a good
Okay.
sign.
We love that. Big fan
No
of
beef.
both
Yes.
burgers and butternut squash. All right. Well, today is Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, super duper Sunday, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show.
The big game.
The big game. We
The
can't
big
go
game.
without talking about it. And we can't go the podcast without a quiz because we like having fun here. So,
Truly.
you guys want to do a Super Bowl quiz?
Let's do
yeah.
it. Let's do it. We might get exposed.
We might get exposed as long as it's not indecent, though.
Yeah,
Any
it's
exposure is
true.
good exposure. Remember what
That
I
is
just
true.
said?
Very true.
Except exposure on a camera, right, Josh? Won't it make it super bright?
Yes. You have to
Well, you got to get that just
focus
right.
on that. Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Any exposure would literally be just. Oh, you want me to share it?
I got it up if you want me to pull
Okay.
it up.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me just make sure.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
We'll just do it this way, I guess. All right. How much do you know about the Super Bowl? Here are 20 questions on the I'm not even gonna try. What is that word? Annals?
Annals.
I've
Annals?
never seen that word.
Annals.
And our canon
Annals.
of American sport.
On annals, yeah, annals. Wow. High Holy Day?
America
Wow.
Sports High Holy Day, the big game. The big game. All right, number one. Let's start with a couple of simple ones. Which two
Let's
quarterbacks
go.
will be leading the San Francisco 49ers and Kansas City Chiefs?
Colin Kaepernick and Tim Tebow.
Dude, they
They
should have
really
done
like
said
these.
Sam Darnold.
No, they should have done Cam Newton. That would have been funnier if they
That-
had
yeah,
had
there you
him as
go.
an option. Oh man, we don't even the NBA
Oh,
or
yeah.
the NFL
Easy.
beef is great.
Oh, we know one
Also
of them.
easy.
It's
No.
Cowboys.
It's the Patriots and the.
I think it's
No,
Cowboys and Patriots.
It's the Patriots and the Steelers.
Is it?
Yes,
Really? Wow.
100%.
Nice.
I actually didn't know that.
Packers only have 4 or 5.
Well, yeah, but they have a
That's
lot
right.
of those championships, which don't
Yes,
really
from
count.
before 1960, whatever.
Yes.
5?
Wow.
Ooh, this year's game
This year's
is the
game, yeah,
eighth
go for it.
rematch. Name the only matchup to happen 3 times. Ooh.
Ooh.
This was twice, right?
It could have happened before
That might have
the
happened
era
again
too.
too. That's a good
Yeah,
call.
I like that one.
Send it.
I can't say that's I don't know about that one. My only other
Dan
guess
Marino.
would be Steelers Cowboys.
I don't
Let's go.
yeah. No, wrong. All right. I
Dang.
like this next question because I have no idea.
Name the only Super Bowl winner to appear on Nixon's enemies list.
Ooh. Hey, that means that they're a hero.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like
If
John
you're
Madden's a
Nixon's
good
enemy,
call. Vince Lombardi.
I can't, oh.
I feel like Vince Lombardi might have been a Nixon guy.
well, I mean, who's that in the picture? I feel like that's like that kind of gives it away a little bit. Maybe John Madden.
Oh,
Maybe is that John Madden?
no.
That's definitely not John Madden. It's not Lombardi.
That's Jim Brown.
I think it's I don't know who that
No,
is.
I don't know who that is.
It's no one.
I would say John Madden.
Yeah, let's go John Madden. He's got a big voice. Joe Namath. Wow.
Huh. All right.
He was considered a political opponent of Richard Nixon. How about that?
Interesting.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, this is an
Oh,
easy
man.
one. This
Which
is
team has
your
played in 4 Super Bowls but never held a lead in any of them?
favorite Super Bowl team
It's
of
the
all
Vikings, right?
time. Your Minnesota Vikings
or is it the
have
Bills?
never
Bills?
held a lead. Huh?
Oh yeah, Vikings definitely.
Never held a lead. Isn't that crazy?
That is
We're
crazy.
blown out each
Yeah.
time and haven't been.
Okay, this
so
is a good
sad.
one. This is a good one. According to the National Retail Federation, how much will the average American spend on food, drinks, apparel, and decorations for this year's Super Bowl Sunday? I don't see it being anything other than this.
Yeah, probably.
What?
Average
Inflation.
American? No.
Inflation.
What?
I would
What
say,
are
like,
you
food,
getting?
That's
apparel?
per person?
Apparel?
Oh, true.
But
A
it's
Super
on
Bowl shirt's
average.
probably $50. I don't know.
No,
I guess average, so some people don't spend anything. So that probably pulls the average down,
Send it.
right?
86.
No,
I would
it's-
say 86 then.
that's
You think it's 24?
You can't get a
24
hat
seems
for
too low.
less.
I would
you
guess
can't-
It
it's like
seems like
30.
a little bit too low. But here's the thing. Okay, let's think about what are you guys doing? we have a bunch of food, but it's for me, my girlfriend, and her parents. So that's 4
Yeah.
people. I
Yep.
doubt
Right.
we probably spent about 139 total.
Right.
Right.
Over 4
But that's for
people
4
is
people.
yeah.
Right.
You
So
might be right.
24
It
might be the answer.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's 24. 86
right.
would be, if it's 86, I would be absolutely shocked.
I'm so mad.
Wow.
I mean, it makes
200
sense.
million US adults. Total spending for the day is expected to reach a total record a record of 17.3 billion or 86.04 per person.
Wow. How about that?
So okay, I guess like law of averages, if there's people that spend nothing, there's also people that spend like 50 grand. I don't
It's
know.
true.
That's an interesting question for sure. For what reason was Super Bowl XLVII between the Ravens and 49ers interrupted for 34
Oh,
minutes?
yeah, that
It
was the
was a
power
power
outage.
outage.
Yep.
Yep.
CBS play-by-play commentator Jim Nantz was stuck inside a stadium
That's
elevator.
great.
Now that
I
would
like
be
that one.
funny.
Wait, that actually
They
could be true. That he could have been in an elevator with the power outage, guys.
Lingering smoke
glued
in the
themselves
Superdome.
to the goalposts.
I like the alternate options, but
I feel
I'm
like
pretty
the
confident it was an
amount
outage.
of glue it would take to glue yourself to something would not be environmentally friendly.
That's probably true. Think of the horses.
Well, anyways, this is the answer. On to the next.
The NFL
Heyo.
began booking prominent pop acts for the halftime show, starting with Michael Jackson at Super Bowl XXVII. After Fox successfully counter-programmed Super Bowl XXVI with this popular comedy.
Probably The Simpsons.
Oh,
In
Yeah.
Living Color with Homie D Clown.
Yeah.
I ooh, this is an interesting one. Yeah, I could see it being The Simpsons because it's Fox Animation Sunday.
Right.
I
It's
don't
probably
know.
like the Tracy Ullman show. Do we even know who that is?
I can't say
Just
that I
send it.
do.
Just send it. There's 20 questions, so
Jeez.
it
In
is
Living
Homie D
Color.
Clown. All right.
Wow. How many Super Bowls have been attended by a sitting U.S. president?
I bet George Bush went to at least one.
Yeah. Obama probably did too.
I'd say 3. I'd say go big or go home.
Yeah, let's go 3. I mean, there's the Nixon one.
0?
Interesting.
Wow.
That kind of
Huh.
also makes sense.
Who was the
Yeah, they're
first
probably
singer
not
to
rich
perform
enough.
in a halftime bowl? Wait.
Oh, you know what? George Bush probably went to the games after he was the president. Duh.
Sure.
Wait. It's Michael Jackson.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah. There we go.
we're using our resources
Context
here.
clues. Oh, it was wrong. It was
Wow. They fooled us.
They did. We
Well,
got
just a
that
photo
would
of
be
Michael
like
Jackson.
if this
It
was a
says
college
starting with
quiz,
Michael Jackson.
the
Starting.
NFL booked them.
All
Well,
right.
that's pop acts.
That's true. Whatever. Name the only player to reach the Super Bowl with the same team in 3 different decades.
Yeah, it's
Is it
Brady.
Brady? Right?
Because it'd be the 2000s, the 10s, and
The
obviously
90s
2 years ago. The
or
90s?
the 20s, I mean. Yeah.
But it's the same team though.
Oh my gosh, this quiz is
What?
horrible.
Oh, with the same team? I didn't
Yeah, it's
see
the same
that.
team.
I'm okay. I've been out of college way too long. I'm not reading these questions at all.
Which city played host to the coldest outdoor Super Bowl on record? I feel like it has to be
Well,
New
it's got to
Jersey.
be this. Yeah,
It can't
that's the
be
last
any of
time.
the other ones. They're all
Yeah.
inside.
Yep. Those are all domes. Oh, but it's misleading because it's like asking what the outdoor temperature was. That's so stupid.
The coldest outdoor Super Bowl.
All right.
Oh, so maybe
I do
before they
not-
built the Superdome.
I didn't
Wow.
vet this quiz before. It's
Yeah,
by
this
the
quiz is
Guardian.
bad.
The Guardian is like it's reputable.
It is, but they're
Yeah,
British.
yeah,
Do they even
they're
know anything
true.
about America?
Who is the youngest coach to
Sean
win a Super
McVay,
Bowl?
100%. Alex, lock it in.
All right. For what reason did Buffalo Bills superstar running back Thurman Thomas miss the first 2 plays of the Super Bowl? He lacerated his pinky. He couldn't find his helmet. He was experiencing GI issues. He traveled to the metro room separately from the rest of the team and got stuck in traffic.
I feel like the second one is just funny. I feel like that's just got to be true.
If he just couldn't find his helmet, I
I
feel
think
like
that's
I
just funny.
I believe any of these.
I
to be
also, I
honest.
was like, I think number 3 is even funny.
Yeah, I feel like this is
It's
definitely
not funny if it's
possible.
happening to you.
That's true. That's true.
You only
It's
missed
probably
2
one of
plays.
these.
If you
Yeah,
missed
it
2,
probably would have been
it's-
longer.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nice!
It's like
He
it's
couldn't
funny.
find-
Come on, boys. It's funny. It's
Couldn't
funny.
find his helmet.
they got blown out by Washington. Which quarterback finished with the lowest pass rating in a Super Bowl win?
Gotta be Eli Manning, baby.
Dude,
Yeah,
what if it's Tom Brady?
Oh yeah, he had
I-
like 100. So there's no way that
Because, like,
game
what if it's
where
oh god, what's
'cause
the
the
next
wait,
question we might have done?
that Seahawks Patriots one where they picked it off on the 1 yard line, like that wasn't because
Oh.
of Brady.
right.
Yeah, maybe it's Brady
Eli,
because he's just been in so many.
Yeah, because he's been in so many. I feel
yeah,
like it's a
that
trick
would be
question.
the safest bet.
Come on.
22.6.
22.6.
What?
Interesting. Okay.
Wow.
I'm assuming it's the Guardian, so I'm assuming it's not the actual picture. Okay.
Yes.
Has been credited as inspiration for which website?
Like it's Gawker.
I've
That
never heard of
sounds-
Gawker or the Pirate Bay, but
It
that
Pirate
makes
Bay is
sounds-
where
this
you
kind
Pirate
Oh,
Bay is
that's
where
where
you
you
go
like-
download
buy-
stuff illegally. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
this sounds like some website that posts celebrity
Oh god, the
wardrobe
next question
malfunctions.
is terrible.
What?
It's YouTube?
Nipplegate?
What is happening?
Oh
What is
my
happening?
God.
Which Atlanta Falcons player was
Oh wait,
arrested?
wait. I don't read this one
Okay.
because I don't
Yep.
want the E logo.
Yeah. All right. We're just gonna look at the answers.
Just reveal.
We're just gonna click this guy. Oh
Good
boy.
guess.
All
Good
right.
guess.
Who is the only player to both throw for and catch a touchdown in the Super
Oh,
Bowl?
easy.
It's
Nick
Brady, right?
Foles.
Oh,
Nick
shoot, I
Alicia
forgot.
Keys.
The Philly,
Alicia Keys.
the Philly special,
Alicia
right?
Keys. Oh, that's the next
The
question.
Philly special. Okay, I knew that, right?
Yeah.
Which singer's rendition
Yes,
of the
sir.
national anthem was the longest in Super Bowl
Oh,
history
yeah,
at
okay,
156.4 seconds? I
Alicia
feel like it's
Keys.
Whitney. Is it Alicia Keys for real?
It might be Alicia
I
Keys.
feel like Whitney Houston sings really slow.
Hmm.
It's true.
I could see it. I could see it being either.
Go with it. Do it. Do it. Lock in your gut. Go with your gut.
Damn
It's
it.
Alicia Keys. I
Andrew
told
said
you.
Alicia
I told you.
Keys.
I told you.
Which company makes the Vincent Lombardi Trophy, which goes to the Super Bowl winner? It's
Oh, that's a
Cartier,
good
right?
question. I have no idea.
It's either Tiffany or Cartier.
I bet you it's Tiffany because we're American, baby. Those
That's
are all
true.
non-American.
I want.
We're going
I-
America.
It's good. That's good.
I feel like it's Cartier, but I'm
That's
going with
French
Tiffany.
though.
That's not America enough.
Andrew
Yeah,
with the
see,
context.
It's
yeah,
just
Wow.
we have
it's
like
America,
Dutch,
baby.
Italian, French.
Yep. And then yeah, it's
Well,
America, baby.
9
we
out
don't
of
want
20.
that crap here.
Well,
That wasn't that good.
Let's give each other this one. We're right at 50%.
It's
Yeah.
true.
If we don't listen to Josh, then we're probably
That's
over
true.
50.
You probably
we go.
shouldn't. Probably shouldn't. Wow. We
was
probably
awesome.
that was a tough one. Well,
We
to
learned
round it-
stuff. We
to
learned
round it-
things.
to round it all off, we've everybody's favorite new segment. Self-proclaimed, self-proclaimed favorite segment. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me get it set up so that you don't just see everything.
And I said it was what are we voting, hot or not? I said
Right
this
or
is a not.
Oh yeah. Hot or not? And this is a
Actually, wait,
not.
no. To be fair, I think the segment is a hot, but your Josh's takes are not.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't
see.
like how this is. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Anyway,
I'm watching the Barca game on my other monitor. Do Frankie DeYoung and Kevin De Bruyne have the same barber? They have the same haircut.
They really do, yeah.
That's funny.
I wish I had
Alright.
that. That would look fun. Ride or fade. Oh man.
All right, here we go. Number one, on topic. Are you
Oh my
riding or
God.
fading Super Bowl LV3?
I'm riding this thumbnail.
Yeah.
I put in the TM logo. Wasn't sure if it was the C logo or the TM. I put in the trademark. So don't Roger, don't sue me. The TM is there. Um, I had to go with the Nickelodeon version. If you're interested, you could watch the game on Nickelodeon, and it's SpongeBob and all your favorite Bikini Bottom characters. I don't know about all that, but I am fading this Super Bowl. I couldn't care less. I don't really care about either of these teams. I'm happy to see if there's any funny commercials. But other than that, don't really care who wins, to be honest. So I'm fading. Not the most interesting Super Bowl to me.
So are you gonna watch the Nickelodeon version, or are you gonna
Yeah,
watch the
right.
real? Because when I saw this, actually, I thought the take was the Nickelodeon broadcast of the Super Bowl. Because
Well, it
I'm
all
riding
plays
that.
in. It all plays in.
I'm riding
The,
it. I'm
the
riding it
Nickelodeon
because
version is a part of the Super Bowl.
the best game ever. It was Bears versus I don't even know who, but the Bears lost. But what's cool about the Nickelodeon broadcast is just like the Kids' Choice Awards, there's a vote where they award not an MVP trophy, the NVP, Nickelodeon's valuable player. And Trubisky had a god awful game, terrible game, but he took home his only trophy, his only piece of hardware. He has more hardware than Harry Kane. He won an MVP. And so I really hope, as long as they do something like that, then absolutely ride it, ride it, ride it.
We know Taylor Swift would win that.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'll ride the aspects of the Super Bowl. I like the commercials. I like getting together with people. I like the food. Matchup, couldn't care less. I'm fading the matchup.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I there are rumors that SpongeBob is the alternate halftime show. You'll remember his epic performance if you ever watched SpongeBob. So that there's rumors that that might be occurring at
Well,
halftime.
keep
So
keep in mind too that this podcast is going to come out after
right,
the Super
that's
Bowl.
true. So we'll
So
see. We'll
we
see
will
what
have already
happens.
figured it out. Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know.
But that leads us perfectly into our next topic. That is Usher as the halftime show. This is one of my all-time favorite gifts. So
Right.
I had to put it in there. Um, I I'm gonna be a hater this week. I'm fading Usher as the halftime
Why?
show.
Oh,
Why? This is
He's
like
not
early mid 2000s. It's like your
he's
childhood.
irrelevant.
Who cares?
Don't you think
dang.
there should be a more relevant person performing at halftime?
Who's
Who would you
relevant?
rather who would you rather have?
Who
Tate
is
Give me one
relevant?
name.
McRae,
Who?
Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift.
You'd rather have Taylor Swift?
Yes.
No
So,
way. No
so
way.
you know what's actually kind of funny though. I do view this Super Bowl halftime show almost as a lifetime achievement award. Like I do think
Yeah.
they pick people
Yeah.
that are and actually this kind of is a little bit what I'm going to say. It agrees with Josh. Is a little bit past their prime or past their career and just like on their victory lap tour. Um, so like keeping in like the like for example, like they had like Eminem was the first was the halftime show, not in 2000, but in 2022. Like
Mhm.
that
Right.
is not prime Eminem.
Right.
So it's I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like a lifetime achievement award if you get to do the Super Bowl. I don't know. It's kind of fun to like reminisce. Have a new generation discovers Usher, Josh. Like, you know, hey man,
Yeah,
his
that's
streams
true.
are going to go up. But no.
That's
I
true.
think the way that they handle it, I think they try to do favor artists that have been a little bit quiet of late and give them a chance to perform again.
I
Yeah, and
also
it's
okay, on top of this, I'll throw this out there for context. There's announcements that Reba McEntire and Post Malone are also performing somewhere along the lines too.
Reba
So
McEntire's doing the national anthem.
okay,
And
okay.
Postie's doing God Bless America because we cannot just do the national anthem. We have to also bless America.
Okay, okay. So that'll be
Yep.
interesting.
Easy.
You're gonna make I'm making it sound like I'm not an Usher fan. Like I lived through his prime. I like his music. It's fine. I just feel like the Super Bowl is such a big thing. They could do better. That's all. Jacob, are you
Whoa.
riding or fading?
Whoa.
I'm riding it. It's gonna be a throwback. It's gonna be nostalgia, and he can put on a performance too. You know who? Like there have been people in the past that. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. You know who put on a good performance was last year is Rihanna. She was pregnant and she was doing all this crazy stuff.
It's true.
And I feel like
Oh,
Usher
yeah.
can bring that same vibe. So I'm riding
Fair
it.
enough.
I
Fair
got
enough.
one word for you. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Favorite Usher song? Go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. All right.
All of
Going
them.
away.
That is a great song. Okay. My
And I
boo.
just can't help
No,
myself
my
this
boo.
night.
Oh.
That one. I just can't hide. That.
Oh yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
one.
that's a good one. That's a banger. All right, going away from the big game, the Super Bowl, the next one is more sports related, more general. I have a story, unwritten rules in sports. So I was scrolling through Twitter last night, and a lot of my Twitter is sports. And I see this clip. I don't remember exactly who the two teams were. I meant to look, but I forgot. That's okay. But it was a hockey game, and one of the teams was up. The other team pulled their goalie to try and score. That didn't work out. There was an empty net. The guy who scored the empty net goal wound up and hit the hardest slap shot he
It's a
could into
Rangers
the
player.
empty net. It was
Mm-hmm.
okay. That led to him getting absolutely destroyed, cross-check to the face. It was pretty violent. So that I want to say it was O'Reilly who went after the guy. I'm expecting him to get suspended. I don't think that was very cool. You can't just go and hit somebody in the face. So, are you riding or fading unwritten rules in sports? We see it in baseball. I mean, there's ones that make sense, right? Like you shouldn't bunt when the other pitcher has a no hitter, so on and so forth. But are you riding or fading? Do you like the wind up into a full slap shot to score an empty net goal? Are you riding bunting with the other team having a no
If
hitter?
it's the sixth inning and there's a 0-0 game and your team needs a hit, bunt. If you're losing 10-0 and my dude has a perfect game on the line, don't bunt. That
That
one's
makes
easy.
sense. Yeah.
I'm riding bat flips. I'm riding celebrations. I'm riding when the defense in the NFL gets an interception and the entire team runs into the end zone for no reason and poses for the camera. I'm all about it. Sports are supposed to be fun. I don't want old boomers
Absolutely.
complaining about like hockey's a bit different because it's very physical. Slap shotting into an empty net, I personally wouldn't take a problem with it. It'd just be like, come on, dude. But after having played hockey for multiple years, someone in the NHL could take offense to that. So I don't know about that one necessarily, but in general, I'm riding unwritten rules, dude. Or no, fading.
Even
I
even
was gonna
written
say,
rules.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, no rules, no rule
No
sports.
rules sports.
So I say that so this is kind of related to or bring it back to the big game. I don't think taunting should be a penalty in any
Yeah.
sport. Um,
Oh, even
any sport,
basketball.
a basketball, baseball, hockey. If you are a professional athlete and you do something that's really cool and you want to show the other person that you're freaking cool, absolutely. However, if they then do something like if you bulldoze somebody and then you're back out there for the next possession and you yourself get bulldozed, then you're gonna get what's coming to you because You were showboating, and now the tide has turned against you. So whether
Mhm.
that's it's unwritten or written, I think people should be able to celebrate however they want. Kids need to learn. If you're in a workplace and someone does something really cool, yeah, they might taunt you. That's part of the game, man. Why are we being soft with kids? We
It's
gotta
true.
toughen them up.
It's
Show
true.
them that they can be taunted.
So it was Senators and Maple
Rangers, okay.
Leafs.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Maple
Maple
Leafs.
Leafs.
Was it the Rangers?
Nope,
Oh, Maple Leafs.
Maple Leafs and Senators, and it was Morgan O'Reilly or
Morgan
Morgan
O'Reilly.
Riley, who laid the hit.
Gotcha.
This picture is incredible, by the way, just an
Right?
all-time classic baseball picture. But yeah, I think I'm fading them. I don't really like it. I don't like the old crowd that's like you can't celebrate. Like I'm with you, Andrew. I think taunting is great. I think celebrating's awesome. Why not? It's sports, it's entertainment. That's entertaining. So, all right, last but not least, I think how I'm gonna format these is I'm always gonna finish with a food item. So this
Okay.
week's food item, I just saw this and it's new, and I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say about this one.
I'm curious too.
Baja
What
Blast
the hell?
Gelato. What are we
What?
saying? Taco Bell is coming out with a Baja Blast flavored gelato. I am riding this to the moon. I think it's going to be incredible.
I don't know. I mean, all for weird. I think this was even before we started the podcast. But remember, I tried a Mountain Dew that was made with spicy peppers?
Yes,
That's
I do
right.
remember that. Yeah.
Hmm. So I'm all for trying new weird things. So I'm riding that they're doing something so weird. But in the general term of America, I'm fading it because it's like you can't get more America than Baja Blast Mountain Dew Gelato. I- Even though Baja Blast is kind of Spanglish and gelato is Italian, they somehow made it the most American thing ever.
Exactly.
So
Wow.
I'll ride it. I'll ride it. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm riding it as well. Yeah, let's go.
I love how they could have said like Baja Blast like ice cream or frozen yogurt or something other. I love how they use gelato. Like I think that's so random, but
Well, that's
I
it's
think
just how it's made, right?
I think it's gonna be good. I don't know. We'll see.
Have
We'll
to
find
at
out.
least we'll have to get some before next podcast.
So
Seriously.
I'm reading the press release, and once the gelato is gone, boys, there's another flavored Mountain Dew Baja Blast item that's ready to be revealed. So get ready.
Oh,
Gelato is one
Wow.
thing
taco?
coming like I don't know.
What?
Instead of a
Like,
There's another
what
food
else
item
could
coming
you
soon.
flavor? Every
instead of a Doritos Locos Tacos, you're getting a Baja Blast flavored taco. All right,
Yep.
so don't
Yep.
don't be surprised when Baja Blast flavored items make a return on Ride or Fade.
All right, one real quick, one word answer. Ride or fade? Valentine's Day.
Right.
Ride.
Eh, fade. It's a fake holiday.
Ooh,
Every holiday is fake,
That
including
wasn't a
my
one word.
birthday.
Yeah, that's when you go into the debate about all holidays are fake. Anyways, what a podcast. That was a good one.
incredible.
Bang.
Yeah, what a good one. Hope we you all enjoy watching the Super Bowl, watching the commercials, watching hopefully an amazing Usher halftime show performance. We'll see. I don't know. As always, don't forget to check out all of the social medias. Don't forget to check out the YouTube. We're posting the podcast on YouTube and on Spotify. Give it a like, comment. Don't forget to subscribe and turn that notification bell on. It is free. It helps us a ton. We appreciate it. So please go and do that. It takes 2 seconds. We love you for it. And as always, you just attended batting practice. Now you're ready to get in the game. Peace.